Welcome to the top 50 songs of 2018. 2018 was a fantastic year for music, and yes, there was a lot of shit that came out. I just learned something about myself. There was a lot of shit that came out that I expressed to you in my last two videos, but now it's time to talk about some good shit. Finally, we're talking about good things. And we're going to start with the top 50 songs of 2018. I'm going to rattle most of these off because I've got too many, but I just wanted to talk to you about just how good some of these songs are. Because they're awesome. Like, remember, I had 25 songs last year to list to you guys. Now I got 50. 50! There's so many good songs! At number 50, we got 1999 by Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan. At number 49, we got Power Glide by Ray Shremmerd. At number 48, we have Frank Ocean's beautiful rendition of Audrey Hepburn's Moon River. And at number 47, we got When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish. At number 46, we got Call Out My Name by The Weeknd. At number 45, we got Jumpsuit by 21 Pilots. What a way to come back swinging. Holy shit. At number 44, we got one of the best emo songs of the year. We got Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD, which, like, I'm surprised it even made the list. I hated this song at first, but then I just kind of realized, like, it's very melodic. It's very nice to listen to. The level of angst this song reaches is, like, unbelievable. At number 43, we got a much deeper cut. We got Emancipated by Ghostface, Killah, and Dabrye. At number 42, we got Shoota by Playboi Carti, and let's just take a moment to acknowledge the memory of our dear friend Lil Uzi Vert, who is no longer making any music, who featured on this song and did a damn fine job of it. At number 41, we got Mariner's Apartment Complex by Lana Del Rey. A very beautiful song from Lana that I really wasn't expecting. And, wow, I'm just really realizing how stuffy my nose is today. There's a lot of artistic growth on here, and I'm very excited to see how she takes more of that into account on her upcoming record. At number 40, we got Fall Back by Duckwrth, one of the hardest songs of the year. Holy shit, it was a banger. Why do people not know about Duckwrth? Go listen to Duckwrth. At number 39, we got If the Car Beside You Moves Ahead by James Blake, a song that I'm kind of sad is not going to be appearing on this new upcoming record of his, but whatever. We'll deal. At number 38, we got Willie Lloyd by Freddie Gibbs. At number 37, we got Still Feel by Half Alive, a new up-and-coming indie alternative rock band, and I'm very excited to hear what they do next. At number 36, we got Never Fight a Man with a Perm by Idols. At number 35, we got Off D's by Jid and J. Cole. Holy fucking shit. If this is not the best J. Cole verse ever, I don't know what is. At number 34, we got Time in a Tree by Raleigh Ritchie, probably what I would consider to be his best song yet. At number 33, we got I Might Need Security by Chance the Rapper. At number 32, we got Blame It On Me by Post Malone. One of the best uses of autotune I've heard all year. It just creates this really dark and atmospheric vibe. At number 31, we have Duck Duck Goose by Cupcakke. Probably one of the funniest songs I've heard all year. This shit just, it cracked me up. And on top of that, it's a funky song. It's got a nice house beat to it. Her flow changes up. At some points, when she's rapping, she sounds like she's moaning at the same time. It really, like, brings forward the best out of, like, her whole gimmick of rapping about sex. At number 30, we got Faceshopping by Sophie. Great industrial track. At number 29, we got Please Forgive by Powers Pleasant, Denzel Curry, IDK, Zombie Juice, and Zilla fucking Kami. That has to be the Infinity War of rap music this year. At number 28, we have one of the most fun songs of the year. Like, one of the happiest times I've had listening to music this year. And and that was In My Dreams by Callie Uchis. This song is so gorgeous. Her vocal delivery is just so happy-go-lucky, like, hey, look at me, I'm in my dream world. And the production just sounds so like Rex Orange County. And Tyler the Creator inspired. It's so fitting. It's so fucking fitting. The whole song and the Damon Albarn feature at the end, the whole song just sounds like you're just running through a field of all the flowers in the world. At number 27 by Janelle Monáe, we got That's Just the Way You Make Me Feel. Ooh. Sleek, sexy, very Prince-inspired. It's a great cut. At number 26, we have one of the most emotional songs ever, probably the most emotional, actually, from one of my favorite rappers of all time, and that's Andre 3000, with the song Me and My. Even though he does no rapping on this song, he's only doing his, like, I don't want to say signature singing, because, like, he's sang before, but this is completely different. He sounds really shaky. He sounds like somewhat off-key at times. He sounds completely vulnerable in a spot we've never heard him in before. I'm just kind of hoping that if he does release a solo album soon, this influence bleeds onto it. I don't need to hear a rap album from Andre 3000. I just want to hear the dude make music, and if this is the kind of music he wants to make, then by all means. At number 25, we got Get Well Soon by Ariana Grande, which is the closing song on her new album, Sweetener, and it just feels like an anthem to all the lost souls out there, all those who are going through troubled times, all those who have experienced things similar to her, and just hoping that they find their way through their own personal darkness. At number 34, we got Blood Orange with Charcoal Baby. What an amazing song. It's got this classic R&B tone to it and some amazing lyrics about black empowerment, and I really loved it. At number 23, we got Love It If We Made It by the 1975. This really gargantuan track that just covers everything. The media, all of the like different news sources and what stories they choose to cover. Kanye West and his relationship with Donald Trump. People who give out their own opinions when no one wants them to, especially when they're controversial and they just want to make a big splash. At number 22, we got Nice for What by Drake, a very amazing New Orleans bounce song that could have just as easily been done by the likes of Pharrell or the people he works with with Nerd. It's got a nice Lauryn Hill sample that's executed very tastefully. It's got one of Drake's best sing rap performances of the year, and it was just a fun song. At number 21, we got New Paddock on My Wrist by Lil Uzi Vert, once again in memoriam of Lil Uzi Vert in this upcoming record that's no longer upcoming. This is a song that's 6 minutes long. I hate long tracks. Where Lil Uzi Vert raps, I also like to mention I don't like Lil Uzi Vert, where he raps about watches. I hate when people rap about the same thing in a long period of time. And it samples a looped anime theme song. I hate long tracks with looping. But I fucking loved this song. At number 20, we got Slow Dancing in the Dark by Joji. Some immense progression from the guy whose EP that came out last year I hated. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It was bad. I was very surprised that he managed to put out a cut like this that was so monumental, and it was just such great production backed by his best vocals yet. And I'm really hoping that he realizes that this is the kind of material that everyone wants to hear from him, and I hope he invests more of his time into that kind of stuff. At number 19, we got Violence by Parquet Courts, a very interesting cut off of their new album, which feels almost spoken word-like, and backed by some really amazing production that, yeah, it does kind of loop on itself, and like I've said, I don't really like looping, but it keeps layering on top of every loop, and it like kind of changes up in the chorus here and there, and it's a track about violence. It's got lots of messages to it. At number 18, we got 4 Out of 5 by Arctic Monkeys. Holy shit, that bass line gets me every time. Every time. At number 17, we got Sicko Mode by Travis Scott and Drake. You think I'm kidding, No, I'm not. Sicko Mode is number 17. What do you want me to say? It's Sicko Mode. Someone asked me, Sicko Mode or Mobamba? Well, Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode makes the list, and Mobamba can go fuck itself, because it's a shitty song, but it's a good-ass meme. At number 16, we got Infrared by Pusha T, which is one of the hardest songs of the year. Not because of its actual musical qualities, because in terms of, like, the instrumental, it's super eerie. It's like this looming presence is just creeping in through the instrumental. It's as if Pusha T knew that Infrared was going to cause a storm throughout the whole summer. So not only did he put it at the tail end of the album, he made sure that the instrumental sounded like this immense drama was just building up in the background of him creating it. It also has some of my favorite lines of the year, like, it was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin, or how could you ever write these wrongs when you don't even write your songs? That is a fucking awesome line. I don't care what any of you Drake fans say out there, that line kicks ass. At number 15, we got Curious by The Voids, one of the best psychedelic rock songs I've heard all year. It has this really wubby, I guess is what you could, or what I don't know how you call it. Wubba lubba dub dub, I guess is what I'll call it for this little backing track here. But it persists throughout the song. It starts to change up. There's all these different uses of synth guitars and a variation of different instruments, and it's great. At number 14, we got Bodies by Car Seat Headrest, a very emotional cut that, yes, I'll answer to it right now. It is a remake of a track that came out in 2011 with his album that came out in 2011 that was remade for this new year. But you know what? Because it was remade, that gives it a new fresh coat of paint. And because I've never heard it before, I get to hear it without any of its previous flaws. So, suck on that. This song is amazing. At number 13, we got Reborn by Kids See Ghosts. Definitely one of the most emotional cuts of the year. Kanye has a fantastic verse. The production is very barren, as if you, with Cudi and Kanye, are wandering through this like land of nothing and you feel like you're lost. And I really like the way that the hook kind of bleeds into the whole rest of the song, the way that he keeps repeating, keep moving forward. Yeah, that's going to get annoying to some people, but if you really think about it and what he's trying to say there, he's narrating his own personal experience of having to keep constantly telling himself to move forward, even though there's thoughts in the back of his head that are telling him, quit, you can't keep doing this. Like when he starts his own verse, but in the background of his own verse, the keep moving forward has almost become a part of the beat, as if it's a part of his life, and he has to keep telling himself that while his thoughts are just telling him quit. It's so good. At number 12, we got The Mint by Earl Sweatshirt and Navy Blue. The mixing on this song, it really is something else. It's just so amazing. The mixing, it's loud. The track, the backing track, the instrumental is like somewhat at times louder than the vocal performances of Navy Blue and Earl. But what makes that so unique is the fact that it's making you feel claustrophobic. It's putting you in their shoes. It's giving you their troubles and their desires and wants and needs that they're not getting, and they're just trapping themselves in this like depressing state. At number 11, we got Corporation by Jack White, which is an incredibly funky track. It's got 3 different instrumental beginnings. Each one just adds a whole different layer to it, and then Jack White gives that spoken word vocal bit at the end where he goes, I think about starting a corporation! And then eventually you get to that point where most rock artists would start to put that little guitar like stretch and just screeching. Instead, he puts in a pitched up sound of him screaming instead of where normally a guitar would be. Who the fuck does that? All right, top 10. Starting off with the number 10 spot is District by Brockhampton. A song I've heard a lot of people say is the worst off of their new record, and at one time I thought the same thing. But really look at this song. Really look at it. This is like the venture into someone's just completely twisted and fucked up mind. The beat that loops on itself and the vocal performances from everybody here and the different like vocal effects they use to kind of demonstrate that, like bare faces, is incredible. And Joba just comes in, woo! Someone dance, and then it ends with that little beautiful guitar performance and the drums are still going, and then it distorts all the vocals, and it's just a great track. Great fucking track. At number 9, we have an odd pick, some might say, but I'm gonna go with it. It's 33rd Black Glass by City Moore. This song kicks major ass. Major ass. And the main reason that I put it here, main reason that I put it at such a high spot is not because of, like, everything that's so good about it. It feels like it's bringing back rap metal, which is what we haven't heard in a while. It's bringing back that classic Rage Against the Machine sound, and I love me some Rage Against the Machine. So, it's a great song. It hits hard, and I was listening to it a lot this year. At number 8, we have Denzel Curry with Clout, Cobain, which is one of the darkest hip-hop songs of the year, but it's also very melodic. It's also very sweet sounding, and there's some amazing lyricism on here. Just a lot of stuff talking about the music industry and what people are willing to do for clout, and the reference to Kurt Cobain pretty much just being like, people are so willing to get clout or so desperate to get it that they're willing to kill themselves to get clout. Like, it's almost true in a sense. At number 7, we got The Reason They Hate Me by Daughters, which is so heavy. Such a heavy song. It's very dark. It's very disturbing. The little guitar shreds, every single one sounds like a piercing shriek, yet they turn that into some kind of melody and just, don't tell me how to do my job, in this really poetic style of delivery and lyricism, talking about, like, I don't know, musical criticism, where it's like, hey, you're criticizing me for my music, which you don't know how to do, but I know how to do it, so don't tell me how to do my fucking job. At number 6, we got Real Nigga, let's call it that, by JPEG Mafia. Take away his incredible delivery. Take away all of what he's saying about the industry and being a real that and what people will say it means to be. Take away the little outro that kind of bleeds into that concept. This dude turned gargling into a beat. Credit where credit is due. And number 5, we got Bubblin' by Anderson .Paak.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
This is, once again, some of the happiest I've been listening to music. As soon as I heard this song, I just instantly got up. I started jumping around. I started grooving because everything works. The sampling is fantastic. The beat that goes with it is just so incredible. Anderson's performance is off the fucking chain. And yeah, there's lyrics about fame and getting money and all that stuff, but it almost feels like a pastiche, you know? Like a parody of that kind of song, because it fills every trope. But there's no other Anderson song like it. So in a way, it's almost as if he himself is just saying, ha, look at these guys. I can do what they do. And he turned that into his best song yet. At number 4, we have Ghost Town by Kanye West, Partynextdoor, Kid Cudi, and 070 Shakes. And this song is a landmark moment for every single one of those people. Partynextdoor proved to me on his little intro that he can be more than just a Weeknd ripoff, because honestly, I didn't even know he was on this song until I read the feature list. I couldn't possibly fathom the idea that this was the same guy. Kid Cudi comes in with his beautiful chorus and kind of gives us a taster of the kind of stuff we're going to be expecting on the album that he had with Kanye that would have followed that. Kanye comes in with this beautiful, beautiful solo verse and some of his best singing yet. That kind of proves, oh, maybe he can sing if he's really working on it. And this, he seems like he's really working on it. And then 070 Shakes comes in, probably with the most to prove out of anybody here, because no one knows who she is at this point. People knew she was on Santeria, which was a cut from Pusha T's album the week prior, but this was her first like big moment of people going, who is this? Because her outro is just so beautiful and it pairs so well with the rest of the song. It's a fantastic track. It's beautiful. At number 3, you know I had to include him. You were thinking, when are they going to be there? When are they going to be here? Well, they're the number 3 spot. My boys, The Grips, with Black Paint. Once again, a heavy-ass song. A heavy-ass song from one of the heaviest-ass bands, and taking on elements of noise rock and psychedelic and krautrock. These incredibly dark and emotionally driven lyrics about satanic worship and wanting to isolate yourself in complete darkness by painting your windows black. One of Riot's screamiest performances to date. You have one of the best Death Grip songs ever. At number 2, we have probably a song that I relate to the most out of any song on here, and I relate to it so much that I almost put it as my number 1 spot. But I'm putting it here because I felt the number 1 spot, I came back to it more and enjoyed it more in terms of its musical quality rather than as opposed to this song. But this song is Bless Your Heart by Serpentwithfeet. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Serpentwithfeet is a gay artist, and he's saying he relates to it a lot. No, I'm not gay. But there's a much deeper meaning to this song that I relate to a lot heavier. And it's not just that. This song is a great musical song. It's got this really barren piano backing track that eventually gets paired with layered backing vocals from Serpentwithfeet himself, and then some synths that go along with it, and it has an amazing chorus. And he has probably, I'd say, his best performance on this whole new album of his on this song. And it's the ending song, so it's that much more powerful, and the outro to the ending song is just one of the most beautiful things I've heard all year. But like I said, it's more so based around the lyricism that I appreciate this song, and that's mainly because this song is embedded around the idea of making music, and it's touching on lyrical topics of words getting minced and confused and people kind of misunderstanding what you're trying to say, or people accusing you of a certain thing that you don't want to be accused of, and you don't want that message to be associated with your music, but it does anyways. And how those kind of criticisms kind of make you reflect on your work and make you say, you know what, maybe I'm not putting out the best message that I want to put out, or maybe I'm kind of mincing my own words. The idea of someone coming back after a long period of absence into your life that you are singing about in your songs and kind of asking why you're painting them in that light. Yet despite all these negatives, music is amazing. It's an incredible form of expression. It can be the savior in a time of darkness. It can comfort you, and writing it can help you put thoughts to pen and paper even if you never actually share those thoughts. And I think that's just what I relate to about this song. And a number 1. Numero uno.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
Yeah, This is America. It was number 1. It's a good song. It's a good ass song. It's really good. That's it for this video. No, I'm kidding. This is not just a moment in the year. This is a moment in the decade for music, because I don't think I've ever heard anything like this song before. The way it so seamlessly transitions back and forth between this R&B ukulele styled sampling singing and then this heavy ass trap banger with some of the most unique drum samplings I've ever heard. It's also a moment for Gambino himself. It got him a lot of attention. It gained him a lot of traction and praise, and it's gonna go down as one of his best songs ever, I'd assume. It's a huge moment for Gambino fans because they got new material that they loved, and all that shit is a huge moment for, like, the culture of the United States and the way that we represent race and kind of show it in the media. And it was a huge moment for music videos. Probably one of the best music videos I've ever seen in my life. A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, it's not as good with the music without the music video," because that's what people say. I don't necessarily agree. I don't think that either one's better. I think that the music video is fantastic. It's well choreographed. It's well shot. It's got a fantastic message to it. But I also think the song is brilliant. I think the backing track is really nice. I think that Gambino gives some of his best performances to date in terms of both singing and rapping and seamlessly transitioning between the two, and I really hope he wins a Grammy for it. And just the two are, they pair nicely together. They're like a steak and a nice fine red wine, but the pairing is not like the catalyst for either one. The song is not better than the music video. The music video is not better than the song. I think they are both equally awesome. And that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what some of your favorite songs of the year were down in the description. And yeah, that's it. See ya.